So you might be thinking, I don't even remember when the pain started. It's been that long. And that's the thing, when you break a bone or you injure yourself, you know when that incident happened. But pain really happens over time. It happens gradually and it can get worse and worse and worse. So you may not remember the first time you felt that twinge or that ache, that stiffness, that tightness. It just happens over time. And the body is really good at adapting, really good at compensating. And in this video, I'm going to share what the body does and how this gradual pain can just turn into everyday living with pain. And that's when it feels like it happened overnight. But what is actually happening in the body and what we can do to start to release that tension, that stiffness in the body. So hello, my name is Catherine. I'm a block therapy instructor, fascia alignment coach, and I use block therapy's tools every day to help myself move with ease, reduce any stiffness, tension that I'm feeling in those moments, and help to relax the body and help to calm myself in times of tension and stress. So one of the biggest myths about pain, and I've said it myself, is it just appeared out of nowhere. All of a sudden my back went, and I've used those words myself. I've said that my back just went, and I have kind of forgotten about all the warning signs that my body gave me, and it just feels like it's that moment, that incident, that my body gave up really, and that's when it started. But it's all those little things that we've ignored, and we might have forgotten about them because they weren't significant, but they creep up on us. The things that we do, the adaptations that we make, the way that we change the way that we perhaps move, the activities that we start to stop doing or don't do anymore because of the way that it makes us feel. And then all of a sudden the body can't compensate anymore, and that's when the back went or the knee went or whatever it is for you. It might even just be that you're now waking up a little bit stiff, a little bit of tension. So you're thinking, oh, I slept funny. So you're not putting it down to anything happening in the body. It's just that, oh, I slept funny, so that's why I'm in pain. And then this just starts to happen time and time again. Oh, I'm getting older is another one that people say as well. And it's just that body can't support us anymore. And so the tension, the stiffness, the pain is showing up more and more. So for many of us, we might have been sitting for years in jobs which require us to sit at a desk. We may have been doing the same repetitive movements, again in jobs or sports activities that we do. Or it may just be that our posture has started to fall into the body. So we're not aware of what good posture is. We perhaps weren't even taught what good posture is. And over time, we just start to collapse and fall into the body. And all these things, the way that we leave a more sedated life, that we perhaps don't move as much as we could move or have done in the past because of our lifestyle, the job, the work that we do, there's just perhaps not enough time, we feel, to be able to do the more movements that we want. We start to notice the tension, the stiffness, and then ultimately the pain. And we may have started to shallow breathe, start breathing from the chest and not breathing from the diaphragm. And this then means that the body isn't getting the oxygen that it needs to function correctly. All the cells are not getting that oxygen. And if we're not breathing from the diaphragm, we're not heating the body. So maybe our hands and feet are getting colder. So the whole blood flow, it's affecting the whole of the body. And so we think that the pain, the stiffness, the tightness is our norm because it's gradually built upon us rather than it all happening overnight as what it feels like when the body just goes and it kind of cannot compensate anymore for what it's been doing for a number of years. But the good news is that even though these things happen gradually and now you might be in a state of pain or perhaps not quite there yet, you can feel the stiffness, the tightness, the aches. We can turn back the hands of time. We can unwind this tension, this stiffness, so that we can start to feel that we're moving with more ease. We can do the things that we were once able to do that now no longer do or feel that we can't do anymore. So when we realise that the pain isn't the problem, we need to be looking at the body. What can we do to support the body to get out of this stiffness, to reduce that tension, those aches that we are feeling? So with block therapy, we start with decompressing the body. We need to create space. When we compress, when we fall into the body, we lose the space. So we need to open up the body and create that space. And we can do that with a rolled up towel or a block therapy block. And then we need to inflate that space with the diaphragmatic breath. And we do that, as I showed in the last video, breathing in and out through the nose, in for a count of 4, expanding that belly. So the breath starts from the belly, and then you can expand the breath up, and then breathing out for a count of 6, feeling that belly going small. Imagine it's touching the back of the spine and really getting rid of all that breath. And when we stay in positions, which I'll show you one position in a moment that you can do to start off with, we stay in these positions for 3 minutes to start that melting process, to create that space that we need. There are so many positions that we do in block therapy to be able to release the body from this tension. It's a full body approach because we need to be releasing every part of the body. So now I'm going to show you one position that you can do that we do in block therapy. In my next video, I'll share a routine with you, but I just want to give you this one position. So in my last video, I shared with you the diaphragmatic breathing in and out through the nose. So we're going to connect that breathing with this one position, and this is the belly position. Now you can do this in a chair, you can do this on a bed, you can do this on the floor. When you are doing it on the floor, you can do it on your back or you can do it on your stomach. There's various variations depending on where you are right now and what you need in that moment. And the one rule is your breath is your guide. If you are pregnant, then we don't want to be putting pressure on the belly area. So don't do this position. There's plenty of other positions that you can do if you're pregnant. But for everybody else, your breath is guiding you. If you cannot do this position with a relaxed breath, then try an alternative position. Try an alternative way and just find a way that you can connect to that breath but add pressure into the stomach so that we can decompress the area that's been compressed. So you'll need a medium-sized towel, and I'll very quickly show you how to roll it up. So just get a medium-sized towel, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, and then one more time. So you've got a long length, and then we want to tightly roll it up as tight as you can. And you can always loosen it once you've rolled it up tight if it feels too tight, and you can always place an elastic band or a bobble around it if you want to keep that pressure. But the first time you're doing it, you may want to loosen it if it is too tight. Now if you want to do this in a seat, you would just place the towel horizontally, roughly where the belly button is, and you want to add pressure with your hands, and then you would connect to that diaphragmatic breathing and lean forward and stay there for 3 minutes. Now if you want to do this on a bed or the floor, you can do it in 2 different ways. So you can lie on your back and add pressure with your hands and lean in, and again connecting to that diaphragmatic breath and staying here for 3 minutes. Or you can lie on top of the towel, lowering yourself down, and you can either stay up on your elbows or lie yourself down completely. If you are on your elbows, we don't want to be causing any strain to the upper body. So if you're able to, you can lie all the way down, but again, that might be too much pressure for you. And then we want to connect to that breath. So breathing in for a count of 4 and really feeling that belly pushing onto the towel. So you're kind of doing like a sit up on the towel, and that breath is coming from the diaphragm, and then exhaling for a count of 6, feeling the towel sinking into the stomach. Imagine that belly button's going to the back of the spine, and you want to keep connecting to that breath, and you want to stay in this position for 3 minutes as a minimum. You can stay here for as long as you want. The first time you do it, just stay for 3 minutes and then just check in on how you feel. Check in before you start and afterwards. Notice if you feel calmer. Notice what you can feel. So you will feel pain and pressure in this area. You may also feel a pulse. That's all normal. The pulse is the aorta. The pain and pressure can be due to a number of things: inflammation, undigested food, waste that's not been eliminated in this area. It can also be to do with the tension or stress or overwhelm that you're feeling. And also, if when you're in pain, you may feel that tension in your body, so you're starting to relax the body. So that's where, if you can lie down completely, which you might want to try it on your back first or in a chair, that can just help you relax completely over the the towel, and just connect to that diaphragmatic breath. And then when you finish, you place your hands under your shoulders and exhale up. So that was just one position to show you how to use the breath and also decompress the body with the towel. So in block therapy, we would use the wooden block to do that work. But to start off with, you can just use the tightly rolled up towel. In my next video, I'll show you a routine that you can do just to incorporate some other parts of the body. In my online classes, we cover the full body, because when you're in pain, you've got tightness, stiffness, pressure, aches, pains everywhere in the body, or even one place in the body. We need to work all the body. So if you have a shoulder pain, just working the shoulder won't get to the root cause of it, so we need to take a full body approach. So I'll talk about that some more in my next video. So thank you for watching, and let me know how you feel when you've been connecting to that diaphragmatic breath and you do the belly position, whether it's making a difference for you.